I don't own this. It's another figment of your imagination. Who on earth would waste their funds and make such a poor fiduciary decision as to purchase a garment bag such as that? It's clearly a knockoff. Anyways, since you all insist on peering in to my personal life, why don't we get down to business? But first, sweet Lucille, ba ba ba, good times never seem so good. Gotta bring in Lucille. And hold on. Hey, Jesus. Hey. Let's bring in Lucille and bring it back to our series talking about upcoming major MCU characters. Now, this week's episode, we're going to be talking about the Sentry. Yes, the Sentry. The man with the power of 1,000 exploding suns. The Sentry was set to be the main villain of the Thunderbolts movie, which is continually getting pushed back. It's now been pushed back to 2025. Unfortunate, but it should be a lot of fun. Thunderbolts is best to consider them more of like a Suicide Squad of the Marvel Universe. Kind of deal. Kind of a ragtag group of castaways, or, when the Avengers aren't available, you call in these guys type of deal. But the Sentry was set to be played by Stephen Yeun, the great Stephen Yeun of Walking Dead fame. My wife hates when I do that. But anyways, he was Glenn in The Walking Dead. The character's been replaced by Bill Pullman's son. I think Greg Pullman, or I can't remember the young man's name. I'm not very familiar with him. But Marvel does that. They take relatively unknown people, make them superstars. Did you guys know of, the Spider-Man kid? Before he was cast as Spider-Man, no one knew who that was. And now he's dating Zendaya. They're probably going to get married. Who was that guy? Who is that guy? Conor McGregor. I didn't cuss. Don't knock me. Anyways, but yeah, Bill Pullman's son is set to play the Sentry. Now, the Sentry, we'll go right into our character analysis. Is a character kind of a tragic story. So he was kind of a derelict, a homeless man who had a drug problem, committed a lot of crime, had a sordid past. He if you will. He stumbled into a laboratory. Think he was a medical facility looking for drugs to get high on. He took some drugs, which was kind of a knockoff Captain America super soldier serum, and he turned into the Sentry. There's a caveat with that, though, because some of you who might be in the know realize that the Sentry eventually became kind of a superhero, more of an anti-hero, if we're going to be, accurate in regards to that. But the man with the power of 10,000 exploding suns is what he's billed at. And he is indeed that powerful. He's fought the Hulk, beat him. And I'm not talking, we're talking World Breaker Hulk, beat him. He's put down Galactus, Thor. He is quite honestly Marvel's Superman. But Marvel doesn't do that. Marvel doesn't have one Superman. In DC, Kal-El reigns above all. You call in Kal-El, he's the guy everyone calls in to clean up. Sentry, not so much like that, even though he is that powerful. Now, the caveat with the Sentry is with Captain America's super soldier serum, Steve Rogers was selected because he had high character. The super soldier serum, all it does is, along with the physicality things that it increases, it also takes parts of the personality and takes your most profound personality traits and multiplies them. So if they're good, it would multiply the good. If they're bad, it multiply the bad. But because this is a knockoff serum, what happened to our poor guy, the Sentry, at this point in time, his personality is split. He's a drug addict. Good dude, fell on hard times. So there is good in him. There is the capability for him to use his power to good. But this drug creates a split in his psyche. And when we get the split in his psyche, unfortunately, we encounter the Void. Now, the Void is the worst character traits of Robert Reynolds' personality. All of his malice, all of his jealousy, all of his envy, all of his rage, all of the schism that the use of drugs created in his mind becomes an actual being. Just so that we're clear, this is not like Charles Xavier's kid, where he has, a dissociative identity disorder. It's just not like that. The chemicals actually create a physical being called the Void, which is pretty much Superman, an evil version of Superman. All of the same powers, but 10 times the malice. And this character, the Void, actually becomes quite, not necessarily a universal threat, but becomes a very large threat in which the Avengers and teams have to come together, Guardians of the Galaxy have to come together to eliminate. So it's actually really cool, pretty cool idea for a villain, for the Thunderbolts to go a different way than is expected. But, I mean, this guy's a powerhouse. And if they're introducing him to the MCU, I can't imagine what they're going to do with him. I haven't heard any plot lines just yet or anything specific to happen after the fact. We just hope that it doesn't end up being like an Adam Warlock, where this incredibly powerful character just kind of falls to the wayside. Of course, we know what happened with Adam Warlock because James Gunn left, and I'm sure his vision for Warlock in the future became nullified, that he accepted the VP job over at DC. That's okay. I'm sure someone will find something great to do with Adam Warlock. As a matter of fact, Adam Warlock versus the Void would be sick. Or what if Adam Warlock unleashes the Magus, another character for another episode, and then the Sentry and the Void? Bro, that'd be crazy, bro. I talk about it all the time. I sit here and I think of amazing plot lines, and I just don't know what Bob Chapek was doing. Like, me and my buddies sit and we talk about this stuff, and we come up with the illest plot lines ever, and no one does it. I don't understand. These people are paid so much money, and it's just like, why is no one thinking of this? Why is no one thinking of this? You have any cool plot lines? Anything you think would be sick to do in the Marvel Universe? Hey man, drop them in the comment section. Please like, share, subscribe. You know what? This will probably be the last episode I'm thinking that I do with this format. Man, I'm gonna hop on Fiverr, and my piano teacher, Ryan, really great dude, told me about this place Fiverr, where I can exponentially increase the production value of this here podcast. So I want to do it for you guys. I want to do it. I'm gonna try and get some guests on here too. We're long overdue for that. So hey man, 24 episodes in, we're still at it. So I don't know as much to say. I'm coming on my time. Thank you guys for joining me. Appreciate you very much. Excelsior! No one. Snowman, yeah, that's me! Took my high school number. Well, I need to be comforted. I need some comfort.